back from Saigon, everyone turned their head. No one put their hand out, no one shed their breath.
G'day, Triangle Hat here. A few people have been asking me to make a video for the comparisons between Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. I've only really lived in Vietnam. Of course I've visited other neighbouring countries, even Indonesia, but I'll give you a rundown of why I've chosen Vietnam to stay in. Number one, visa availability. You can get up to a 2-year visa here pretty easily, just a one-time payment. It's cheap enough, it's yours. Compared to Thailand, you have to leave every 3 months. It's a real pain in the ass. Even if you're working there, you have to leave every 3 months. Cambodia too, I think Cambodia is only 1 month. You have to leave, you hit the border every month, and that gets quite expensive and time consuming. 3 months can go pretty fast. The second thing is motorbike registration. I've heard there's a few issues in Thailand if you rent a motorbike or buy a motorbike. If the police stop you and you don't have the rego in your name, they could take your bike and give you a fine. Here, like I said in another video, you just have the rego. It doesn't matter whose name it's in. As long as the card matches the bike number, there's no problem. More importantly, job availability. If you're not looking to retire, if you're looking to continue working and get an income, Vietnam is much better than Cambodia or Thailand. There are so many jobs available here, in Hanoi and Saigon especially, but even in the rural areas now, like in the mountain towns, beachside, there are places to work everywhere. Teaching, number one, of course. You can get a teaching job like that. There are other jobs available for foreigners, like bar work, graphic designs. Any sort of artistic skills come in handy. And even office management is available now. So there you go. Crime. Crime is quite low in Vietnam. Crime upon foreigners, especially compared to Cambodia and Thailand. There is a lot less theft and violence in Vietnam. I mean, Thailand's cool, but you can end up in some real shit, you know, like thrown in prison. Here the cops don't want to deal with you, you know, they'll just shoo you away. You know? Yeah, the income and lifestyle balance, like I said, jobs everywhere. Cambodia I found to be actually more expensive for the same things as in Vietnam. I guess because it's more of a rarity over there. They haven't quite built up their economy as much. But once they do, I think it'll be a level playing ground. But at the moment, I find eating a Western meal quite expensive in Cambodia. Thailand's not too bad for food. The rent's cheap in Thailand, which I like. I would say Vietnam is a little bit more expensive in rent than Thailand, but cheaper than Cambodia. But I think the quality of apartments and houses here is a fair bit better as well. And the bills are fucking cheap. Yeah, just the income. Like I said, the average teacher's income might be about $2,000 a month, and after all your expenses, you'll have at least $1,000 left in the bank every month. You know, that's including some fun and outings as well. Tourism. Now, you know my videos are not for tourists, it's for people looking to move. I don't give two shits for tourism, to be honest. The return rate for tourists is really low in Vietnam compared to Thailand. Not sure about Cambodia. But Thailand has something like a 75% return rate. Vietnam is down in the single digits, like 8 or 9%. which to me is a good thing, because the more touristy a place becomes, the higher the expenses for local people. And it's not just me complaining, you'll hear Vietnamese people complaining too about certain areas of the city that they just can't afford to go to because there's so many tourists staying there. So low tourism is actually quite good for people who choose to live here. The weather, there is less humidity in Vietnam than in Thailand. You have a lot of mountain areas here as well, and seaside towns which have a nice cool breeze. You do get a dry heat like in the south of Australia, but you get the humidity like in northern Brisbane or Queensland, in areas like Saigon and south of Saigon. But yeah, nowhere near as bad as Thailand or Indonesia. I don't know why Indonesia is terrible for humidity. And the last reason I'm here, and probably one of the best reasons, is the politics. They have a few issues. I mean, dealing with China, the South China Sea, there's a few issues there. But there's no religion in politics. It has nothing to do with it, which I love. Like even, Buddhism plays no part in politics here. Of course, the politicians are corrupt, like any fucking country, taking money. One of the transport ministers was arrested a few years ago for taking bribes from a Japanese company and a Korean company over building the new subway system, which should be ready in the next few years, hopefully. But I find it, as a foreigner, it's really easy to stay in Vietnam long term without any hiccups. You get the day-to-day bullshit like traffic and rainy seasons, kind of fucked if you need to go to work. But most of the time you're fine. People are pretty friendly. Like I've said to people before, you can walk through the park at 3 a.m. alone. No one's going to bother you. You might see some homeless people sleeping there, some rats running around, but no one bothers you. And overall, I'm just happy here. You can get good food, good place to live, comfortable. Petrol's cheap. It's under $1 a litre. For the motorbike, if you use the motorbike every day, it's about $1 a day for your motorbike, maybe $1.50. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, having some wine on your trump from Chile, $8, awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. Cheers.
25 years since Vietnam. Some cool jobs and some cool scams, but I'm just doing the best